back, everyone.
Welcome back. Should we tell the people?
Jeff married his sister. Whoa, no, wait. You know what? That's the truest statement.
It will.
That is also the most fucked up statement. And when I said it, I didn't mean it the way that it came out. But damn, it's the truest statement.
It's about to be the truest statement.
Oh yeah. You haven't done it yet, but.
This title of this episode: Jeff marries his sister.
God, that is hilarious now that I've said it out loud. I didn't mean for it to be. It was just supposed to be, that wasn't what you were talking about.
It's still not what you call hilarious to me. Fuck you, Microsoft. Windows 10 in your updates? No, snooze. God damn it. Oh my God, this operating system pisses me off. But anyways. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't. I haven't got it up to date. I'll probably... You know what I've noticed is that people... typically get them at different times lately, and that's really weird to me.
It's probably because you snooze it on your own and like it's then set to a different schedule.
Maybe.
Maybe my organization pushes out updates all the time for they're not necessarily like Windows updates, but they're fixes and stuff that they want, and they do not push it to the organization at the same time. It's like a random settings of computers that roll through the organization so that everybody's computer does not try to restart at the same time. But
so what were you talking about?
I was talking about the news of the Infotet.
Oh, do you want to tell that?
I don't know. That's do we tell? Do we write it out? What do we do? We have more information, but it's not there yet.
I mean, is it? I don't quite remember what I was said because it was very loud in that bar. So I don't remember. All I know is that the person that did it finally came forward as the doer,
as
but I don't remember
the doer.
If he was gonna, he or she. I mean, it's still I already said he. If he
or
was
she.
Gonna do more.
Then now they're confused again because I said or she.
I don't remember if there was more to come or not.
I believe the answer. What the hell? That was explosive.
You done died, son.
I done died.
That's two.
I done died. That is two. It was a trench. It was Breon's fault. I gotta go make sure my stuff didn't get blown up over there.
Well, it shouldn't, because it was another explosion, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even see the first explosion. So do I?
Was there? Wait, I thought there was only one. Was there two?
I don't know.
I only heard one.
I didn't even see the creeper, so I didn't even see it. All I knew was I was dead. It didn't even make a sound on my computer. Do I have... No, hostile creatures I have up. Yeah, it did not make a sound, and I can hear my clicking.
Well, you know that they pre-charge if they're dropping from a height on you. So he must have been one that was dropping from a height, and he blew up on you when he hit you, basically.
I did have my sound down to 4%, but I could hear the menu buttons without a problem, so I feel like I should have heard that. And I can hear like torches and stuff. I've turned it up a little bit now, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Hey, my cherry was already popped. I can't be that upset, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? For me, I didn't consider the first one as real because of the way it happened. And then the other ones, I was mad because I felt like I got set up. So each one, I basically am like making excuses at this point where it's like, well, I'm not the idiot that dug the stupid trench.
I need to look back at my video because I honestly have no idea where he came from.
I feel like he probably came from up there somewhere. Where'd you die? Right there?
Right there, right here. I literally came down. I came down the stairwell. I looked around, and then I was like, dig, 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 boom.
Yeah, I don't know. That
was kind of crazy.
But anyways, if you want to spill the tea.
Well, I'm just because I'm more concerned because the person basically made it clear that they hadn't planned on doing any more, and I was more going to talk about the contents of the chest.
I mean, this is a person who thinks putting a futon in a closet makes a lot of sense.
that is true. But you remember that part of the story, right? Because that was the biggest argument was we went to the location, what was there? And the answer was, oh, I didn't expect you to follow the map. I just thought it was a pyramid-y thing to do.
Yeah, that was very strange. So, all right, let's just tell the whole damn story at this point. You tell it because maybe you could hear better. I couldn't hear half of what he said.
Well, so
to be honest,
we're randomly on the last day of the marathon. We are out having a drink at the hotel bar after the marathon's all said and done, and Lord Badge randomly just is like, "Oh yeah, I can't believe like you guys took that thing so seriously with the Tomb of Imhotep and actually went out to that place. I did all that, not expecting you to go out to the place where the map was." And I kind of took it like I was surprised, and I was trying to figure out if he was kidding or not, and you immediately from like across the table were like, "You what?" Like, wait, that was you? And he was like, "Yeah, I didn't expect you guys to take it so seriously." And you're like, "You put a map in a chest that said it was a buried treasure." And he's like, "Well, yeah, but it was supposed to be about the bones being in the shape of a person."
Yeah, the map wasn't the important part, is what he said.
Yeah, so he basically admitted he randomly threw a map into there because he just thought it would add to like more of the treasury aspect of it, with zero expectation that we would go look for the treasure.
It's very strange, but it is Bash, so I'm not like completely shocked. I know you're listening right now, Bash, but like, come on now.
I just want him to finish it now. I want these plagues.
Yeah, I mean, you can't claim there's gonna be plagues. Yeah, it's all very strange to me. Like, the fact that we followed the map and that's weird to him is strange. The fact that
because
we were like, well, they're gonna be plagues. He was like, fuck, I don't know. They were like, what do you mean?
I think he forgot that he had written that in the book because he acted very surprised when we asked about the plagues, and I think it like clicked in that he had written that in the book. I will say that had the makings of a great prank, like a very elaborate and great prank, and I'm now so much more disappointed.
Right. I think that's the thing that hurts the most is like, it seemed like, oh shit, man, we about to get some cool stuff, some content, some unique storyline content that's about to transpire, and who knows where this is going to lead, and how many episodes are we going to get out of this? How many episodes are they going to get out of this when it's all said and done? And
well, it turned out we got an episode of travel and an episode of digging for absolutely no reason.
Right.
Unbeknownst to us. So for those who think that some of these pranks and stuff are like setups and yeah, because some of them are so elaborate and so good that you feel that way, but then some of them are just a bust.
Yeah.
Wah, wah. I really want him. Does he even jump on the server anymore? And that's the thing that confused me the most is I hadn't seen that he was on the server since the very, very, very beginning of it resetting. So I don't know when he snuck on here to do all that stuff.
He doesn't make videos, but he plays. He just plays at a different hour because we play for 40 minutes twice a week. So
I'm surprised he doesn't make any videos anymore of his shenanigans on the server, especially when setting up a nice big prank.
Yeah. No, it's very different.
Yeah, not what I was expecting out of Mr. Imhotep. We should go give him like a map ourselves and actually put something there, but like not even at the location of the map, and just get mad at him when he can't find it.
Right.
You're like, follow this map, and the map just leads to another map. Dude, that's what we should do, is just do map to map to map, and the last one...
And then just stop.
It's like, yeah, there's just nothing at the last location.
And then be like, I didn't think you were going to follow.
So why would you follow all these maps? Oh, that would be great. If we should definitely do that. Just a bunch of... We need a bunch of those maps that are different maps. And just send them on through. The problem is we can't do it to him at this point now because he would expect it, right? But we can do it to somebody else.
God, that's even worse. Now we're just as bad as he is.
That's true. But we could. I'm just saying,
So, you brought up the marathon. What did you think?
The what?
The marathon.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Good. I mean, we raised, quite a bit of money for a very good cause. I do wish I got to cook more. I wish I had gotten bought in some more.
No, you don't. You want to watch football.
You gotta understand, though, as much as I want to watch football, that's just part of my shtick at this point on Sundays at the marathon.
God.
I would have been going crazy whether there was or was not a game on, just because I feel I have to. I love football and I love to watch it, and I do get excited about things, but I bring all the gear only because I know it drives you insane.
It doesn't bother me. I think it's funny. It's more funny when you're playing like UHC and you're like, yeah, I mean, you can hear people hear it in the game yelling it like this, like,
well,
oh yeah, go!
and kind of what I wanted was, if I was actually a chef and was cooking more often, that I could have just been like taking my dish and mixing it like in a bowl, but walk over by like a screen that had the game on, and I'm just sitting there like mixing it and like making the camera follow me, but not really getting much accomplished, but still like actually cooking. I think that would have been
funny.
That would have been funny and fun. But yeah, in general, I wish I had cooked more. I wish I really liked the sliced concept, and I thought I was going to be cooking a lot as a buy-in judge, but I guess the people didn't like the buy-in concept as much as I thought they were going to.
Yeah.
I am surprised. I am surprised though that I do remember Breon was not. I think he was taking it very seriously last year, and he was not pleased at the result, so he didn't want to cook again. And all of a sudden, this year, when he wasn't cooking anymore, he was like, "No, I want to be a chef. I want to be a chef."
No, he had told me before that point came about. He told me last year he didn't want to do it again because it was too stressful and this and that and the other. And then a few months ago, he told me, "Yeah, I'd like to do it again if I can. If not, that's fine."
I didn't know that he had come back and said he wanted to do it again.
Yeah, he had. But I told him if Nakomi was going to be there, that we needed a comedy chef to replace Arcus, and I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, what were your thoughts of the marathon?
I thought it was good. I mean, there's always things to improve on. I think that was, in terms of content, incentives, all that stuff, I think that was our best one. I thought the run of show was pretty well polished. I thought we did a very good job of providing the incentives and all that stuff. When someone bought a shirt, it happened. All that type of stuff that sometimes we would fall behind on in previous marathons didn't happen this year. So I thought that was all good. I thought, we only added like 2 new segments to the whole marathon this year compared to previous years, which is something I want to change in the future, which is going to be hard because every segment, that's the thing about it being such a polished run and show at this point. It's all the segments everyone likes.
Right.
And so it's really hard to modify the run a show in a way to add new content because of the fact that everything we have in those 48 hours currently works. It pretty much all makes money other than a few tweaks here or there. Like Battleship Twister could make more money, for example. But
that's true. We didn't know there's no incentives in Battleship Twister.
There are. People just never buy them.
Oh, like
remember that
scare
one year
incentives?
when there was like pyro in a dinosaur suit, those sort of things.
Right.
Those exist, and they happen one time. Here's the thing, though. It seems that once something happens, it's been seen, it's been done, and no one ever makes it happen again to some degree.
Right. And that's why I definitely think that Slice is going to go that way with the sous chef judge, or the sous chef buy-in.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a cool idea. It didn't go as well as I wanted it to, though. So.
No, I would agree with that statement. It's hey, look, I see this creeper this time. Is there anything you would have changed specifically about this marathon?
I mean, if I would have liked to have a different location, because I would have liked more room, and I would have liked a better team in terms of audio.
It was amazing what we were able to do with that small space.
Yeah, it really was. I don't think people realize how much goes into that sort of thing where Like normally we can have like 2 sets prepped, so like this set's ending, we're immediately switching cameras to the next set, sort of thing. Whereas this year it was, all right, this set's done. Let's throw it to the people at the donation computer while we tear down everything and set up a whole new set.
While you see us in the background walking tables out of here full of
Right.
ingredients and stuff because, we just moved them all to the side.
Yeah. So stuff like that could have been better. And the night crew, the 2 guys that were there for audio at the night, I don't want to talk shit about anybody.
But they
were paid
there.
a lot of money. A lot of money was paid to that studio for their staff, and everything for the most part went really well. And they didn't like overpromise or anything. But the 2 guys they had on audio in the nighttime hours did not know how to do their job. And I don't know whose fault that is. Again, I'm not trying to talk shit or anything, but it's just the truth. Like whenever we try to do Twitch things, I don't know if you were there for any of this.
I came in the second half of Twitch things because I was starting the run right after that, and the guy was telling me right when I walked in the door how they had just fixed some audio issues, and right when I sat down in the middle of the first song that I was watching, those issues came right back up.
Yeah,
and you only really knew because of chat, because we couldn't hear.
You could if you stood in the lobby area.
I guess where I was sitting, I couldn't hear like what was going on.
Right.
I saw the chat all of a sudden be like, either it was out or RIP headphone users got said a lot.
Right. Yeah, there was constantly where like the audio for the game would go out, so you would just have them singing. Or then the audio for them singing would go out and you would just have the game audio. And then when they're trying to fix all this, suddenly they'd be like,
yeah, that was the RIP headphone users piece that came up. And it's kind of funny because of all segments for that to happen to, and for the only segment for that to happen to was the singing segment.
No, every night segment, the audio was a night.
Oh, the whole night segment?
Every night, not just the first night. Both nights, during the night, there was audio problem. During the VR horror, during every segment that happened when those 2 guys were there. It was those 2 guys. They were the problem. Like, it wasn't a physical setup at all. It had to be those 2 guys because that was the only variable that was the same whenever there was extreme audio issues. So I don't want to throw those 2 guys under the bus, but
Nick and
it was
Darren.
a common denominator, unfortunately.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what their names are.
I don't know their names either. But other than that, I think for the most part, everything went really well. We raised, I think this was the second highest marathon in our lifetime. We crossed the 1 million total raised for Extra Life.
Woo-hoo.
And we're the 3rd group that's ever done that. So there's Rooster Teeth and big something.
How close are we to Rooster Teeth? What's Rooster Teeth's lifetime?
Rooster Teeth raises $1 million every year.
Well, what event do they do? What do they do different?
Well, one thing they do is their roster, like Rooster Teeth as a group, I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly, and I think what I'm saying is truthful. Rooster Teeth as a group doesn't raise $1 million, but their roster, they get their community sign up and they get all their community raising on game day. So they got like 500 people raising money, and as a whole, it's over $1 million every year. If that makes sense.
No, I get you. They do a giant event like the marathon?
Yeah.
But they also at the same time they're doing that event and other people are raising money.
Right. Correct.
Trying to think how we get our people to raise money as well, because then it just.
I mean, we've tried to push people to join our roster and stuff in the past. It just hasn't happened.
Well, the problem is you got to branch out to a different audience than we would have, because then you're just kind of spreading the votes around essentially.
Right.
Which is why the Democratic candidates want to come together and back one person because they don't want to spread their votes thin. They don't have the best chance in the world. It's kind of like if you have everybody coming from the same, we all watch the same people. They're all just going to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to, instead of donating to the main channel, I'll donate to the, the person's channel I'm here for who's raising money.
Right. Um. So yeah, those are the only things I mean that I think were bad. I think otherwise everything went really well this year.
What about the
Everything went.
Airbnb?
I mean that wasn't part of the marathon.
That's true. That was a part of the marathon.
Airbnb was kind of weird, but it didn't bother me as much as it bothered
Other
some other
people.
people. Yeah, I don't blame anyone for. I felt like the guy that was trying to clean the place up did a good job of doing his best to make it happen. But man, we got a full refund in the end too.
Oh, so that did
So
end up happening.
yeah, I gotta wait. So it's kind of fucked up. This is more information than anyone watching needs to know. But what I did was since no one had paid me yet and I wanted to book it, I just booked it on my Best Buy credit card. And then I knew everyone was going to PayPal me the money. So the moment you all did that, I moved the money out of PayPal into my bank and paid off my Best Buy credit card because I never use that card. It just sits around. I haven't used it. This is probably the first time that card's been used in like 6 or 7 years at least. Um, and so then they gave me the refund. So now I have like $1,000 credit on my Best Buy card. And it's like, well, great.
Out of curiosity, why did you use the Best Buy card? Why did you decide just to use that card that you never use for anything?
Because that was the only card I have that I could just. I didn't have the money to just book the Airbnb. It needed to be booked. So in order to do that, I had to use a credit card. Because I didn't know how long it could take people to pay me. In the past,
right, but don't you have other credit cards that you use on a regular basis that like earn points and stuff?
Not really. I have the American Express card, but like, I mean, that's another story in itself. That's the MindCrack card, and yeah, I don't know. We can talk about this some other.
I was just curious. It's funny that it just had.
No, the only other card I have is like my Delta Sky Miles card, which is the American Express. That's the card that's been used for all MindCrack events, and there's, like I said, that's just a story in itself. So, anyways,
gotcha. Yeah, I played the points game for a while, so I have a decent amount of credit cards that.
Yeah, I don't have. I have a Kroger card, a Best Buy card, and the American Express card. That's technically it's a MindCrack card. And that's all my cards. I don't like credit cards. I don't like debt. I try to avoid credit cards because I'm scared I'll use them basically.
You'll use them too much.
Yeah. So yeah.
I used to be like you. Then I realized I could maximize my potential with points.
Yeah, I mean, I try to, like, that's why I had the Kroger card, because that's where I shop and got all my groceries, so I might as well be getting something out of it, Same with American Express. That's where I mean, the Delta card. That's where I fly all the time, so I get an American Express Delta card. But that was one that's, like I said, it's always been used for MindCrack. Like early on, like for instance, the first time we booked that bowling alley, the very first party in 2013, I put my own personal money towards the cost, and I was terrified. And so after that, every time there'd be any kind of event, I would always use that American Express card to pay for it. Which, I mean, it's not any different. It's still like I'm still liable or whatever. But it wasn't like, all right, I'm gonna take $30,000 out of my bank account.
Right.
And now, like, the way things have been going for me since the divorce, and since I can't work half the time because I'm either taking care of my grandmother or my mother or traveling or whatever, I'm just fucking broke lately, to be honest with you. So spending, like $15,000 on a lawyer just to make sure my daughter can keep going to her school a couple of years ago, that hurt the bank. There's a lot of things that have hurt my bank account ever since I got divorced. So things are different.
No, I get it. It's just funny for somebody to say, like, I randomly used this credit card that I like never used in a long time, and it coincidentally is the one that I had to get charged back that has a huge credit on it now.
Yeah, it is annoying. I mean, I'm just gonna use it for something. Like, next time I need to buy something, I'm gonna do it. But anyways, the whole point of all of this is the reason why I haven't given everyone their money back yet, because I've got my money back, but it's on that damn card. It's not on my PayPal account.
No, you're just holding out on us, man. I get it.
Yeah, I am.
Trying to make money off of the interest. This is how you treat these people. It's all about that contract.
Yeah. So, anyways, I haven't given anyone a refund yet because I'm waiting to have the money in my PayPal account to give a refund with. So yeah.
But the guy didn't ask any questions though. It was just straightforward, like, okay, here you go.
No, it was not at all.
Oh. Oh. Is it something you want to discuss?
I mean, we can. I don't know if there's time in this episode. We can try. So I mean, honestly, no. You know what? There's not time in this episode. Let's talk more about the marathon. Next episode, we'll discuss the Airbnb and the pre-marathon stuff. We can talk more about the marathon in this episode, though. Next episode, pre-marathon. What'd you think about like the catering and stuff this year?
Oh, the catering was on point. Especially that first day when we got that Greek spread. Dude, that was so good.
Oh, that was the chicken and all the pita bread.
Yeah.
We had eaten early ramen. But you went to ramen too, didn't you?
Yes, but that was too good.
How the fuck do you have food?
Dude, it was too good. I don't pass up free catering like that.
I couldn't eat. I was too damn full. I had no room in my belly.
I'm a fat guy.
I had one pita and like 3 little pieces of chicken. I reused that chicken and sliced twice though.
The chicken and you used the breakfast steak and the rice. All that rice was from there.
Oh, I used that rice like 4 times, I think. Like that dish where me and Justin got switched. It's like, well, what the hell am I didn't know what to do with that, with the food that he had prepared.
I'm so shocked that you didn't see that coming at some point, because that's the
dumbest.
That is a staple in Cutthroat Kitchen.
Where they switched their dishes?
Yes.
Really? I guess they must not have done that in early Cutthroat Kitchen. I haven't watched Cutthroat Kitchen since.
Well, I don't think it only happened for like 3 seasons and it was done. Because Alton Brown went on and became like fucking Mr. Man.
Mr. Man.
Mr. Man, yeah. He became oh, Jesus Christ, not the commissioner. What the hell do they call him? He took over Iron Chef.
He was doing that before Cutthroat Kitchen even came about, dude.
No, he stopped doing. He was on Iron Chef doing the commentary, but he became the fuck was that guy's name that said, "I like cuisine"?
Oh, the guy that like the Asian guy?
Yeah. He is now him. He like went and got Asian up and stuff.
He got Asian up.
No, but he took over that job role. Once he took over that job role, and it's funny because he took over that job role and Cutthroat Kitchen ended, and I'm pretty sure it was because of that. But I've never seen an Iron Chef since then. Because those Iron Chef competitions were really popular for a while with like the next Iron Chef, and they were trying to really bring it back, and I think they were doing a good job, and then it just kind of is gone. I mean, when was the last time you saw an Iron Chef battle?
I don't watch television anymore, to be honest with you. Like, I watch Survivor, but I download it.
And you haven't even watched the new season, have you? I haven't watched it yet.
No. I don't DVR anything anymore. Other than some shows for my daughter that she wants to watch. So yeah, television is just like not a thing I have time for. I don't have time for any entertainment, honestly. So damn busy and just everything that's going on. Like I don't have.
But you were talking about the catering, so that was good. I think all the catering food that we got was good. Like there was nothing I would complain about for sure. Some of it was kind of weird because I think some of it there was like smaller amounts of one thing, and then like those breakfast sandwiches, there was like 50 of them for some reason.
Yeah, like you talking about the bagels.
Yeah. It was just weird because some things it was like, oh, that was gone, that was really good, and there didn't seem to be, enough of it for everybody. And then it's like, there's 8,000 breakfast sandwiches here.
Right. Yeah, like I thought it was kind of crazy that they managed to work with Chipotle to get free catering.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Chipotle was like, yeah, just mention us.
Did we?
We did.
Okay.
That was during the Bake Off competition.
Oh, okay.
And so I had all the judges eat Chipotle and talk about it while they were watching the baking happen.
No, that's good. That's good. Because I didn't ever mention Chipotle on stream because I was never told
like just like at that time, like, hey, mention it while you're eating this, maybe, please, thanks, cool.
I will say that I've gotten Chipotle catering for events and stuff that have happened before, and I was shocked to see that they had both the setups to like make your own bowl as well as the full done burritos. Because what I had was one or the other, and we got the bowl set up. So I was really, I guess you just pay for it that way, like you can get whatever you want. But I was kind of shocked to see that that was the route that was taken, was the all, which is fine with me. It's good stuff. Is there any catering you disliked?
I don't think so. I didn't eat any of the pizza or pasta. I didn't eat most. Honestly, I rarely ate any of the catering.
I did not eat any of the pizza or pasta that came that last day either, because we had just finished Sliced, which I was sampling all of the food, and then I did the chicken wing challenge.
So, yeah, that was probably one of the reasons the death nut affected me as harshly as it did, as my stomach was empty. Yeah, I ate a whole bunch of yogurt beforehand because I had read, and I've read this even about Thai food. Like, before I go have hot pot, I always eat like 2 cans or 2 like single serve things of yogurt. But right as soon as Slice finished, did you see that big old tub of yogurt that we had?
Yes.
I ate one of those.
You took the ice cream with you.
I did not. Ash did.
Oh, because we were sitting there finishing up because we were on wing 7 at that point, and everybody watched or looked back up at the counter, was like, he took the ice cream with him when he left.
I didn't take anything but myself, dude. I couldn't even see. I was crying so hard. I literally was bawling like a baby when I walked out of that room.
I bet you could have.
I could not see.
I bet you could have done the wing challenge without a problem.
Oh yeah, I probably could have done the wing challenge. And here's the thing about the death nut: mouthfeel. It hurt. Wasn't that bad. Like, burned a little. Okay, sure. But what it did to my body, and once it got in my stomach, that was insane. Like, so I finished the thing. You know, the 5-minute passes. At the end of the 5 minutes, I'm hurting a little bit. You know, my mouth hurts and stuff like that. It's not a pleasant. It's not. I mean, it's not a heat that I would ever want in my mouth again. That's for sure. But I wasn't dying. I was okay.
Right.
But soon after, you know, I'm sitting there eating the ice cream and everything, and it just keeps getting worse and worse inside of my body. Like, I literally could feel it coating my stomach. And the ice cream, the yogurt, nothing was helping with that. Water, nothing was helping. It was just constantly, aggressively getting harder and harder for me to just sit there and be. And then it got to the point where I physically couldn't stop myself from crying. I just I looked at a railing and I just started crying. I was like, and I mean, it was bad. And that's whenever I just got up and left. Because I needed to be somewhere else. Where there were no cameras or anything, because it was just, I didn't know what, if it was gonna, because I mean, it had reached my breaking point as in terms of internal pain. And so, whenever I walked out of the room, I could barely see, because when I was crying, everything was blurry. I was very dizzy. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I was very clammy, because my whole body had broken out in sweats at this point. And Ash and I think Michael helped me down the hallway and took me out there down to the kitchen where there's an outdoor patio, and I collapsed on the patio, and it was real cold because it was raining that day and it was windy as hell and everything. And so when I was laying on that patio on my side, I slowly started to feel better as I laid there. And I think a lot of it was my whole body was just pouring sweat. And I cooled down real fast. In fact, I think I cooled down too fast, because then I started shaking uncontrollably. And even after I was warm again, I could not stop shaking. It was basically like having a damn convulsion when I was out there on the patio, though. But I've never hurt like that inside of my body before. I don't recommend anyone do that damn job.
I wonder how Dark Costo did.
He said it hurt more the next day.
The next day he was complaining, but then we all flew out.
Yeah. I mean, how was the wing challenge for you?
Not bad at all. That's where I got really confused, because I'm shocked that wing, because it was hot. It was different than anybody who says we have the spiciest something around. We have a contest if you can eat it all. It's usually just pain. It's not they don't have flavor. They just have pain on their wings,
Right.
This was delicious. It was
really
super, super good. It was hot, and the heat built up in your mouth for sure. But I sat there for 5 minutes without taking milk or anything, because I wanted to see if it would start to dissipate on its own. And it really pretty quickly started to dissipate. I didn't drink anything until it had already started to dissipate down. And Go ahead. I was going to say, I feel like if they have a challenge to eat 10 of those wings and you get money, that I could have crushed that challenge.
There's probably a time limit too. You got to do it in like 2 seconds.
Oh, that's
you know,
true. If they had like a
you know
10
what I
minute
mean?
time limit, that might be a little rough. Just even, or a couple minute time limit, it might be rough to just
Right.
yeah,
It's
actually
probably
eat it.
like even if they were unsauced wings, they probably have a time limit on the way where it's like that's even kind of hard to do or whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've been to a wing place before that had a wing called the Flatliner that I wanted to sample because it was an all-you-can-eat wing place. And if you got 10 of them, you got like your name on a board. It wasn't even like you got money for it. And you had to sign a waiver to be able to eat the wing. I got one wing that they brought in a little dish, and I dipped my finger in the sauce and licked it and was laid out in the bathroom for like an hour and a half.
Jesus.
Because it was just, we make this thing to destroy you. Like, it doesn't have flavor. It has death. And that is not what these wings were. They were good. They were all really good.
Well, see, what I was going to say is that wing place is world famous. Like, it is known for the best wings. In fact, we wanted to get our wings from there, like just unsauced wings. But I don't know where they ended up getting them from because we told them to get wings, and they came back with like raw wings. And
I remember that.
Like, what do we do with these? So yeah, but you know, it's unfortunate because what Aurelian wanted to do was the hot ones challenge, and then the stuff got lost in the mail. Basically, it ended up being in Chicago there the day we were leaving, but they don't deliver mail on that day. So like, it was, the tracking showed it sitting in Chicago somewhere, and she had ordered it like 2 weeks ahead.
And so, I bet you anything when she does that challenge on her stream, that's just death in a bottle.
Probably.
It's not like this is tastes good. Here's death.
I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I didn't do the death nut here at the house, because you know I made the promise during one of my streams, and then I was like, I'm gonna do it at the marathon. And the reason why is because I didn't want to be alone in case it was, you know,
it exploded your heart.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time I was sitting there dying, Ash kept checking my pulse and stuff, and she's like, all right, yeah, you're not having a heart attack or anything. You're just dying different ways. It was bad, though. I've never felt that miserable in my life. I'm glad it passed as quickly as it did. Laying down, I think that was really the best thing for me. Like, everyone's like, milk or ice cream or any of these things. Once it was hurting in my stomach and my internal organs, the best thing was just laying on that cold surface. So at least for me, you know, I'm sure it's different for everyone. Like, Dark didn't even experience the pain I felt because I kept asking him, like, how's your stomach? And he's like, it's all right. It's little, but it's all right.
And I ate two nuts and felt almost nothing. And I do think Justin did describe that apparently the first 2 nuts are single pepper, and then 3, 4, and 5 are like this crazy other pepper. But I also think I didn't feel anything because that wing, it was hot enough that I think it was like closed off my taste buds.
Right. Well, that's the whole death nut thing too, where like you basically eat 5 nuts in 5 minutes because you put it in your mouth, you chew 15 seconds, you swallow,
and you have to wait a minute
seconds,
in between, right?
And then you put another one in your mouth, and so you know it's about approximately, I guess, 6 minutes, and you've eaten them all at this point. And like the first one was hot, you know. The first one, I'm already like, well, this is outside my comfort zone in terms of heat for my mouth. So I was already like, well, it's hot. And then so each one, I didn't really notice much more. My mouth was like, well, I've reached my maximum capacity of pain after like the first 2 or 3 nuts. So the death nut didn't do anything more for me in terms of mouth pain. It just destroyed my inside.
It's the slow, painful death nut.
Yeah, no, it really is. And you know, for me, the pooping part wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't.
I will say,
made it sound.
Yeah, when I went to the bathroom after the wing challenge, it wasn't painful. I was expecting it to feel it on the way out.
Yeah,
and I did not at all.
Well, anyways, we've gone 40 minutes here. That discussion went longer than I anticipated. So we need to get out of here. Well, we'll see you guys next time, and I hope you watch the marathon. If not, there's still a VOD. Go check it out, and you can still donate to Extra Life if you'd like as well. It just doesn't directly affect the marathon because it's over. Anyways, thanks for watching.
See ya.